The Maruti Suzuki Omni has been an iconic vehicle on Indian roads for decades. First introduced in 1984, it quickly became a favorite due to its affordability, practicality, and adaptability for both personal and commercial use. The boxy design, compact dimensions, and utilitarian build made it a go-to vehicle for families, businesses, and even emergency services. Over the years, the Omni evolved, receiving minor updates while retaining its core identity. Although discontinued in 2019 due to evolving safety and emission regulations, its presence remains strong in the used car market, and many still cherish the memories associated with this unique van. In this review, we'll take an in-depth look at the Maruti Suzuki Omni, discussing its key features, performance, design elements, and what made it such a special vehicle for many Indians. The first thing one notices about the Omni is its compact, box-like structure. Unlike modern minivans that emphasize aerodynamics and curves, the Omni kept things simple with a straightforward, almost old-school van design. This no-nonsense approach allowed for maximum interior space while maintaining a minimal footprint on the road. It was just under 3.2 meters in length, making it incredibly easy to maneuver through narrow streets and congested city traffic. The short wheelbase ensured a tight turning radius, further adding to its ease of use in urban areas. A key aspect of the Omni's design was the placement of its engine. Unlike most front-engine vehicles, the Omni had a cab-over-engine layout, where the driver and passenger sat directly above the engine. This helped maximize interior space but also had its downsides, such as less crumple zone protection in case of frontal collisions. Stepping inside, the Omni offered a surprisingly spacious cabin for its size. Available in both 5-seater and 8-seater configurations, it was one of the most practical vehicles for large families or those who needed to transport multiple passengers regularly. The bench-style seats in the rear were simple but functional, and the flat floor design ensured that legroom was not compromised. Sliding doors on both sides were a game-changer, especially in tight parking spots, allowing passengers to get in and out with ease. The dashboard was basic, with minimal controls and a simple instrument cluster. There were no luxury features like touchscreen infotainment systems or automatic climate control, but the focus was always on functionality over flair. The large windows provided excellent visibility, making the cabin feel airy and reducing blind spots while driving. Under the hood, the Maruti Suzuki Omni was powered by a modest 796cc 3-cylinder petrol engine. It produced around 35 PS of power and 59 Nm of torque. These numbers may not sound impressive by today's standards, but they were more than adequate for the Omni's intended purpose. The engine was paired with a 4-speed manual gearbox, which was light and easy to use, making it suitable even for first-time drivers. The Omni was never meant to be a high-performance vehicle, but rather an efficient workhorse that could reliably transport people and cargo. Its lightweight build ensured that even with the small engine, it could achieve decent fuel efficiency, averaging between 14 to 19.7 km per liter, depending on driving conditions. The rear-wheel drive layout contributed to its ability to carry loads without significant strain, which was an advantage for commercial users. One of the Omni's strongest selling points was its versatility. While the passenger variants were widely popular among families and ride-sharing operators, the cargo versions found extensive use in small businesses. The flat loading bay and generous interior volume made it ideal for carrying goods, deliveries, and even mobile vending setups. Many businesses customized their Omnis to serve as mobile shops, food vans, and transport vehicles for various industries. Additionally, the Omni was widely used as an ambulance, particularly in smaller towns and villages where larger vehicles were either too expensive or impractical. The low floor height allowed easy access for patients, and its compact size ensured that it could navigate through narrow lanes where bigger ambulances struggled. Despite its many strengths, the Omni had its share of drawbacks, particularly in the safety department. Since it was built with a cab-over-engine layout, it lacked a front crumple zone, which meant that in the event of a collision, the driver and front passenger were at a higher risk of injury. The body structure was relatively lightweight, and the absence of modern safety features like airbags, ABS, or reinforced crash zones made it less safe compared to newer vehicles. Over time, as government regulations evolved, the Omni struggled to meet new crash test and safety standards. In 2019, Maruti Suzuki decided to discontinue the model, bringing an end to its long production run. This decision was also influenced by the implementation of Bharat Stage 6 BS6 emission norms, which required stricter pollution control measures that the Omni's aging engine could not comply with. The discontinuation of the Omni marked the end of an era, but its legacy remains strong. Even today, thousands of Omnis continue to be used across the country, serving families, businesses, and institutions. The model's simplicity and easy-to-maintain mechanics mean that spare parts are widely available, and repairs are relatively inexpensive. This has helped keep the Omni alive in the second-hand market, where it remains a popular choice for budget-conscious buyers. Many owners have also modified their Omnis to include modern amenities, improved safety features, and even electric powertrain conversions, showcasing the enduring appeal of this humble van. For many people, the Omni was more than just a vehicle, it was a part of their everyday lives. It carried children to school, transported goods for small business owners, and served as an emergency vehicle in remote areas. Its affordability made car ownership accessible to a large segment of the population, and its practicality ensured that it could be used in countless ways. While newer and safer alternatives have taken its place in the market, the Omni's charm remains unmatched. It represented an era of simple, efficient, and no-frills motoring that resonated with millions. Looking at the broader picture, the Maruti Suzuki Omni played a significant role in shaping India's automotive landscape. It was one of the first truly affordable multi-purpose vehicles that offered a balance between passenger and commercial utility. In a market that was once dominated by small hatchbacks and large commercial vehicles, the Omni carved out its niche as a vehicle that could do both. Its success also paved the way for future multi-purpose vehicles, influencing the design and functionality of later models like the Eco, which effectively replaced it in Maruti Suzuki's lineup. The transition from the Omni to newer models reflects how the automobile industry has evolved, prioritizing safety, emissions compliance, and modern technology while maintaining the core principles of affordability and practicality. The emotional connection that many people have with the Omni is evident in the way it continues to be remembered fondly. Whether it's the nostalgia of childhood trips with family, the pride of owning a vehicle that served as a livelihood, or simply the admiration for a car that defied the odds and remained relevant for decades, the Omni has left a lasting impact. It was not just a mode of transport but a symbol of accessibility and resilience. As we look ahead, the automotive industry is shifting towards electric mobility and smarter, safer vehicles. While the Omni may not fit into this new landscape, its spirit of practicality and affordability will likely inspire future innovations. Some enthusiasts have even explored the idea of reviving the Omni in an electric avatar, bringing its compact and functional design into the modern era. Whether that becomes a reality or remains a concept, one thing is certain, the Maruti Suzuki Omni will always hold a special place in India's automotive history. In conclusion, the Maruti Suzuki Omni was a unique vehicle that successfully blended affordability, versatility, and practicality. It may not have been the fastest, safest, or most technologically advanced vehicle, but it was undeniably one of the most useful. Its impact on Indian roads, businesses, and families cannot be overstated. Though production has ceased, its presence is still felt, and its legacy continues through the countless stories and experiences of those who drove, rode in, and relied on it for their daily needs. The Omni was more than just a van, it was a part of India's journey on the road, and for that, it will always be remembered.